Nature has an unreal collection it's been hiding from us. I am talking about a creature that breathes through its own butt. Yup. And a monkey that looks like it belongs on a Parisian runway. Oh, and a baby dragon hidden in Southeast Asia. Creatures so impossibly constructed that when scientists first found them, they were amazed. They are biological glitches, one-of-one limited editions that have absolutely no business existing. Let's start with the one that looks like a high-end designer dream. First up, meet the Duc Langur. Look at this guy. If quiet luxury was an animal, this would be it. Found in the wild forests of Vietnam, these monkeys don't just have fur, they have an ensemble. They've got the maroon trousers, the white gloves, and golden face that looks like it's been highlighted by a celebrity makeup artist. No, when I first saw a photo of a Duc Langur, I was genuinely amazed. They give off such a rich vibe like they own the forest. But here's the crazy part. They are some of the rarest primates on Earth. Spotting one in the wild is basically the equivalent of spotting a literal unicorn at a gala. They live in these tight-knit social groups, and honestly, they look like they're discussing stock options while they eat their leaves. If you ever wanted to see what a designer monkey looks like, this is the peak. This next animal literally looks like a baby dragon. I'm not exaggerating. You can Google it. This is the great-eared nightjar, a small nocturnal bird from Southeast Asia that weighs just 5 ounces, but has a 16-inch wingspan. It nests directly on the ground, and when you see it sitting there in the forest, with those dark feathers and those tufted ears and massive reflective eyes, you'd swear someone dropped a dragon egg from a fantasy movie and it hatched. Its eyes actually contain special tissue that reflects light, giving it night vision similar to cats and crocodiles. And its camouflage? Insane. It blends into the forest floor so perfectly that you could literally step on one without knowing. This is what happens when nature decides to cosplay as a mythical creature. It's become my favorite. I really want to pet it, do you? Let's get back to that rich, exclusive vibe. You've seen manta rays. They're usually black or gray, right? Well, this Inspector Clouseau is the only known pink manta ray on the entire planet. He has a rare genetic condition called erythrism. He's an 11-foot wide, soft blush-colored underwater unicorn. When I saw him gliding through the Great Barrier Reef, I thought, this ray has a better aesthetic than most 5-star hotels. He looks like he belongs in a high-end music video. And despite looking like a living Valentine's Day card, he's completely healthy, swimming and thriving alongside other mantas like nothing's different. Total celebrity in the diving world. It's like nature decided to release a limited edition pink colorway and only made one. We already talked about a pink manta ray, but the ocean doesn't get to have all the pink. Pinky, an extremely rare albino platypus spotted in a river in East Gippsland, Australia. The now a regular platypus is already one of the strangest animals alive. It's a mammal that lays eggs, has a duckbill, venomous spurs, and detects prey using electrical signals. Like nature just threw random parts together and said, figure it out. Now take all of that weirdness and make it pink, like we found the real Perry in pink color. Pinky has a pink bill, pink feet, and pale fur caused by albinism. In over 200 years of documented platypus sightings, there have been only about a dozen albino ones recorded. A dozen, ever. So you're looking at one of the rarest versions of an already bizarre animal. If this list had a grand finale, this bird would be fighting for that spot. This is the black sickle-billed bird of paradise from the remote mountains of Papua New Guinea, and its mating display is genuinely one of the most dramatic things I've ever seen in nature. When the male wants to impress a female, he raises his chest feathers upward and outward into this massive dark fan that makes him look exactly like a cobra about to strike. He transforms his entire body shape. He goes from a bird to what looks like a creature from a dark fantasy film. It's theatrical, intimidating, and absolutely beautiful. And the female just sits there watching like a judge on a talent show, deciding if he's worth her time. This is nature's version of a red carpet entrance, and honestly, this bird understood the assignment better than most of us ever will. Next is invincible creature, and it really wonders me. You can see what he ate? This is the glass octopus, and it is almost completely see-through like a living X-ray. It's so ridiculously rare that for the longest time, scientists didn't even study living ones. Their first research literally came from finding glass octopus remains inside the stomachs of deep-sea predators, a completely transparent ghost with 8 arms. The ocean really has creatures that look like they were rendered in a video game with the opacity turned down to 10%. Look at this. This is the red-lipped batfish, a fish that looks like it got ready for a night out and never left the house. Those bright red lips? 100% natural. This thing lives near the Galapagos Islands, the birthplace of evolution. And somehow evolution looked at this fish and said, yeah, give it lipstick and take away its ability to swim. Instead of swimming like a normal fish, it walks on the ocean floor using its fins like little legs. I'm not joking. A fish that walks, like it's too bougie to swim with everyone else. Honestly, I think we just found the OG of the ocean. Now, if you saw this on the beach, you'd probably think it was an alien artifact. This is the Glaucus atlanticus, better known as the blue dragon. And yeah, it looks like it belongs in a high-budget sci-fi RPG. But don't let the aesthetic fool you. This 1-inch dragon is a savage. It floats upside down on the ocean surface, using the tension of the water to drift. And its favorite snack? The Portuguese man-o-war, one of the deadliest jellyfish in the sea. The blue dragon actually eats the jellyfish's venomous cells, stores them in its own fingers, and uses them to deliver an even more concentrated sting to anything that touches it. It's basically the John Wick of the ocean. Small, incredibly stylish, and absolutely lethal. This is the barrel-eye fish, basically peak of never-seen-before extraordinariness. It lives around 2,500 feet below the Pacific Ocean in complete pitch-black darkness. And its entire head, completely transparent. You can see its brain sitting right there like it's on display. Those glowing green orbs floating inside its skull, those are its actual eyes. And they rotate inside its head like little security cameras. For 65 years, scientists were studying this fish and had absolutely no idea the transparent dome existed. Why? Because every time they pulled one up in a net, the dome got destroyed on the way to the surface. We were literally drawing this fish wrong for decades. But the wildest part? It uses that see-through helmet to steal food directly off the venomous tentacles of deep-sea jellyfish. The deep ocean really said, I've got creatures you can't even imagine. Now this is the real dinosaur that forgot to go extinct, shoebill stork. Standing 5 feet tall, this bird looks like it missed the memo that the Cretaceous period ended 65 million years ago. There is something deeply unsettling about how they look at you. It's got this prehistoric, cold-blooded aura that makes you feel like you're being hunted even through a screen. And talk about their beak? It's shaped like a literal Dutch clog. But don't let the shoe name fool you. It's built for decapitating lungfish and even baby crocodiles. But the real jump scare is the sound. They engage in bill clattering, which sounds exactly like heavy machine gun fire. It's the kind of animal that makes you realize humans are only at the top of the food chain because we have Wi-Fi and locked doors. For this deep creature, I can't even use it. It's a them. This is the siphonophore. When researchers first caught this on camera, they thought they'd found a giant underwater UFO. It's a colony of thousands of tiny individuals called zooids, all linked together to form one giant glowing rope that can grow up to 150 feet long. That's longer than a blue whale. Some zooids handle the swimming, some handle the eating, and some handle the glowing. It's a living, breathing machine made of translucent goo. Watching it move is like watching a screensaver from the year 3000. It's extraordinary because it challenges everything we know about what an individual animal even is. Two giant oarfish spotted swimming together near the surface off the coast of Japan. And that almost never happens. The oarfish is the longest bony fish in the world, growing up to 30 feet, with this long silver ribbon-like body that looks like a sea serpent straight out of ancient mythology. And honestly, it probably is the origin of most sea serpent legends. These things live 200 to 1,000 meters deep. You're not supposed to see them. So when they show up near the surface, people freak out. In Japanese folklore, they're called Ryugu no Tsukai, the messenger from the sea god's palace. And the legend says when they appear, a natural disaster is coming. Multiple oarfish washed up before the devastating 2011 Japan earthquake. Science says there's no proven link, but the ocean keeps doing suspicious things, and I'm just saying, when the deep sends a message, maybe we should listen. This is the Mary River turtle from Queensland, Australia. And yes, that is a real green mohawk on its head. This isn't just a fashion statement. That hair is actually algae that grows on its skin because this turtle stays underwater for so long, it literally becomes part of the riverbed. But wait, it gets weirder. This turtle can actually breathe through its butt. I'm dead serious. It has specialized glands that allow it to stay submerged for days at a time. When I first saw this, I thought, there's no way this is a real species. It looks like a toy you'd find in a cereal box from the 90s, but it's a critically endangered icon, living its best life in Australia. Speaking of unreal, look at this. This is the pink fairy armadillo. It's the smallest armadillo in the world, and it looks like a piece of salmon sushi that somehow grew legs and a tail. It's found in Argentina, but seeing one is almost impossible because they spend 99% of their lives underground. To find this, a scientist named Mariella Superina spent 13 years researching this animal in its own habitat and never saw a single one, not once, in 13 years. Locals in their 80s who've lived their entire lives near these things have maybe seen one once. And if you somehow catch one, 95% die within 8 days outside their environment. This animal does not want to be found. The ghost of the desert. And probably the cutest ghost you'll ever see. Basa, have you ever wondered what an extra from the cantina scene in Star Wars looks like in real life? Well, this is the Sega antelope. Seriously, what is going on with that nose? It looks like a double-barreled vacuum attachment. But here's the mind-blowing part. That nose is a piece of high-tech biological engineering. It filters out dust in the summer and warms up freezing air in the winter before it hits their lungs. These guys have been around since the Mammoth era, surviving the Ice Age, only to look at us today with that "I've seen things you wouldn't believe" expression. They are critically endangered and look so otherworldly that every time I see a clip of them, I half expect them to start speaking a galactic language. Let's talk about the Hawaiian happy-face spider. Most people see a spider and grab a shoe. But this tiny guy, okay, he's literally wearing a "Have a Nice Day" badge. What's wild is that no two spiders have the same pattern. It's like nature decided to drop a one-of-one NFT collection in the middle of the Hawaiian rainforest. Some look like they're laughing, some look like they're wearing glasses. It's actual living art. Scientists study this species to understand how diet and genetics can change color patterns in real time. It's essentially nature's proof that evolution isn't just about survival. It's also about creativity and wonder. In a list full of terrifying deep-sea monsters and alien-looking creatures, I think it's kind of perfect a tiny spider that just looks genuinely happy to be alive. And honestly, that's a vibe. Now we have to talk about the Peter Pan of the animal kingdom, the axolotl. Man, these guys are the ultimate glitch because they refuse to grow up. While other salamanders lose their gills and move to land, the axolotl looks at adulthood and says, "Nah, I'm good." They keep their baby features and stay in the water forever. But don't let the cute smile fool you. These things have actual superpowers. If an axolotl loses a limb, a tail, or even a piece of its heart or brain, it doesn't just heal. It grows it back perfectly. It's literal biological magic. Scientists are obsessed with them, trying to figure out how to give humans that same delete button for injuries. It's extraordinary, it's adorable, and let's be real, it's the most Pokemon thing on this list. Nature really pulled out the limited edition catalog for this one. And honestly, I'm still not convinced some of these aren't just glitches in the Matrix. Why, I've spent way too much time hunting down these rare finds just for you, so if you've got a favorite, or if you know a creature that belongs in part 2, drop it in the comments below. If you want more high-def looks at the world's rarest one-of-ones, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.